as well. Okay, so let's see what is if statement in Python. So I create a variable count. Okay, so if I want to have a just check, that is, if I want to have a conditional check and uh, do some computation, right? Computation or whatever the logic you want to build. If this condition satisfies, you do the set of activities. So in that case, to checking your condition, you can use the if statement. So what we are checking is we are checking if the count is equal to 10. For checking, you have to use a double equal to for equal comparison. Okay, count double equal to 10. If this is true, it is going to print the number is 10. Okay, so in this case, it will not match. It will not return anything. Okay, so there is another variable called isAllowed true, and I can actually say uh, if isAllowed. I don't need to just compare the true. Basically, if you represent if and is true, if the value it is holding is true, then it is going to print allowed. Otherwise, it is not print. There's other way also just to represent uh, if is allowed is true. This is like kind of writing your statement, right? So basically, if this is true, it's more of Python is very simple language. You can compare this way also. The particular variable is having a boolean value true. We are just checking is true. Then if it's already having a true value, so it is going to display I am allowed. Okay, so I'm just giving you example like this way also you can represent, or you can represent this way also. And okay, so what happens if I want to have the else loop? Okay, so basically I'm checking a particular condition. If satisfied, I'm going to do set of activities. If not satisfied, I don't want to just go blank, give it blank. Instead, I'm going to display other message. So then you can use a else keyword, else block. So when you use if keyword and provide the condition, if satisfies, if it is satisfied, it is going to do set of activities. If not satisfied, you can use the else block. So else keyword colon, and you provide set of activities. So let me run this. So it did not print. Yes, example, if we give 10 here, it will print a number is 10. Okay. So since I given 8, it was in earlier it is did not print. Okay, if I give 9, it will not print. Right. So because is allowed value is true, it just printed I am allowed. And here I just change the value is allowed to false. So it will not go into the if loop, it is went to the else loop, said I am not allowed, else block. So this is how you need to use if and else. What happened if I want to check one more condition in the else loop? Then we need to use another keyword called elif. Okay, so I am providing I'm providing the condition. First condition is count equal to 10, then number is 10. Okay, now what is my count value? The variable count, what is the value it holds? Let's print here. So it printed 9. In the if condition, there was comparison of 10. It is not satisfied. And then elif, you provide the keyword and provide a condition. This also not is satisfied. Let me put one more elif black and compare for 9. Now let me run this. Now it is satisfied. So it checked if condition elif condition 1 which is not satisfied. The elif condition 2 it is satisfied, which is where it says number is a 9. Okay, so this is how you need to use if statement, else statement, and elif statement. There is another actually so out of box or inbuilt there is no switch case available in a Python. Okay, so we have to uh, find a workaround for how do you make a switch case. So there is a workaround to make a switch case. So this was actually I just all put together in a single cell. So I just spirited into separate digest. So you can try this. Entire thing in one cell. So that's it. Okay, now let's discuss about the switch case. Okay, so as I mentioned, there is no out-of-box switch case statement in Python. So, but still we can actually build using a dictionary. Is the workaround. So basically, uh, so switch case, you give the multiple options and create a switch cases. And while you want to select a particular element from the, you pass some value, whichever case is satisfied in the switch case, it will give the result. That you can actually build using a dictionary. Okay, so in Python. So I just create a dictionary called switcher, and I just create a, if it is a 0 is passed, I have to uh, written number is 0 and 1 or 2 like that. So when you want to use, you can always use saying that switcher dot get of you pass a number. Okay, so in switch case there is a default uh, values allowed. Okay, in other programming language, so if you see the switch case, I'm very sorry. Okay, let me show you how it look like. Okay, so this is how the switch case looks like in a Java program. So you will have a switch and you pass some value to that, and each value you will actually uh, each value there will be a case statements. So for if we pass 18, it is going to just print you are 18 and break it. You can break it or you can actually return. You can do multiple ways. Okay, so and you will have a final default keyword. Whichever case is not matched, it's going to return the particular default value. So this is how in Java programming it is works. So it has switch keyword, case keyword, and default keyword, which is not there in a Python. So that's why what we are doing it is we are just finding a workaround how we can achieve this. So for each elements we declared as a dictionary. But what happens if the none of the elements is not available here? So how do you do that? So for that, so you just uh, switcher dot get, you pass a number. Okay, if you're passing a number which does not exist here, then the statement you provide here will actually show. So example, now I pass 0, it's returned number is 0. What happens if I pass number 5 here? I just give number as 5. So it returned nothing. Okay, this is working like a default. The second element works like a default here in a switch case. You have any question on this?
No problem. That's good.
All right.
So you have to pass the index, I mean the key only, right?
It is not a index, it's a key, correct.
Sorry, what is the difference between equal to and each?
Sorry,
Is x is 2 or x equal to 2, right? Both are same.
where it is?
You have written somewhere is, right? Scroll up.
If, else, there are three.
No, no, not here. While comparing, you somewhere you wrote variable each value, then somewhere variable equal to value. Like if count equal to 10, can I write count is 10? Somewhere is you have written.
Is it is it? Is.
Yeah, yeah, it's right.
Okay, so here, yeah, here, this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so, okay, I
Both are
think for
same or
numbers, for Boolean it is fine. Maybe numbers, I am not sure. Let me check. Okay, so what you are saying is, I just declare count equal to 10, and are you saying if count, sorry, count is 10, then print count is 10. It's just asking, saying warning. So for, I think for integer literal, it is expecting you to use the double equal to. Understood?
yeah,
Say for this. It's fine for Boolean type, but it's not for integer. It is just you have to set double. Okay, so yeah, and there is a looping, right? So looping. Okay, so we saw what is basically there is a data structures. We saw four types, and we saw the conditional statements, if and else and elif, and these are the like commonly used. Any programming language, this will be there. And another important thing is the looping. So if you have a collection of elements, obviously you are going to loop through the elements. So looping is needed. So the two looping statements used in a Python is for and while. Okay, we will just say like then. Okay, so two looping functionality available in Python. One is a for loop. Okay, so example, so we have a list, okay, which contains number of elements. Like say we have a marks list which contains 90, 45, 60, 75, 35, 50. If you want to iterate through the each element, you can write code like this. So for mark each, like it's kind of each mark in a marks list, and you can just work on that particular element. So this is going to iterate all the elements. This is going to iterate all the elements and print the marks. If I run through this, so it took 95 and printed, it took 45, the next element printed, it took 60 as the next element, it printed, so on. Okay. And the for loop can be used on the existing list which contains elements, and also you can generate a list of elements. There is a keyword called range. Okay, this will be very useful when you want to work on a particular loop, right? So range will give the list of values. So you can provide the range. So basically, 0 and 11. Sorry, 0 to 10. Okay. So the second value is basically a exclusive. Like it is going to print till the 0 to 9. So 10 is exclusive. So before what is the 10? It is 11 and 9. Okay. So it is going to print 0 to 9. I'll just say. So if I just want to 1 to 10, I just have to give 1 year, 11 year. So the for loop can be used on the range also. Then the another looping statement is while. The difference between while and for loop, you don't provide any condition. In while loop, you can use a condition basically. So while loop in Python used to iterate over the blocks of code as long as the given expression is true. Okay, so the loop will keep on going until the condition is satisfied. So I just say given a count is 0, and it is given a while keyword I use, and I pass the expression as count is less than 10. Okay, so yeah, the current value is count is less than 10. So the loop will start. And if I don't use this variable, I just do some other calculation. So until this count is become 10, it's going to do the loop is going to run forever. Okay. So for here, the simplicity sake, I just counting, incrementing the count variable. So this is going to do it for the 10 times. So it's just came in, incremented, printed. Similarly, till it goes 10. When the value is 10, it will not satisfy. Then it will break it. That's how the while loop works. Till this. This is for the expression which for integer comparison, or you can do it for other types as well. So that's just written this statement. Okay. You can try this. So basically, I just kept mark as 0, and the initially I initialized the flag called no. Okay, so and then if flag is if the flag is not equal to yes, you run the loop. So you just keep increment your mark, and if the mark is greater than 35, you make it as pass. The flag as pass. Sorry, the pass flag as y. Then it is going to match means it is going to change the value, flag value as yes, then it will not satisfy this, it will break. So until 25, it is just it will print. Okay, so when it comes to 26, it's going to stop it because it's not satisfied. So just to do condition statement based on the conditions based on the string. For that, I given this example. Okay, so probably with this we will stop it. We have functions and we have file handling. Then object oriented will cover tomorrow. With that, additionally, I will just cover exception handling and uh, will try exception handling module package, and NumPy pandas. We'll see whether we'll this I will not cover. So maybe I will just cover. Maybe we'll just see pandas while we start Python. So we'll just do till module and package we will work on. Then we will stop Python things. So tomorrow we will just focus on functions, file handling, and object oriented, and exception handling module package. Anyway, we'll be discussing pandas, NumPy during the PySpark. This and all you can just go and explore if you want to explore. Yes, Django is for it's a web framework for Python. Yes, again it's a vast area. If you want to become a Python web developer, you can just explore on this package. SQL Alchemy is for interacting with the databases. So that's it. Okay. So let's go and continue with the other. So there is another statements or control statements in Python called break, continue, and pass. Okay. So what happens when I use a break? It's all keywords. Okay. So just keywords. Break, continue, and pass. Break is, say, example, you have a loop. Okay. And in a loop you are want to do check the particular condition, and if you want to that condition is satisfied, you want to break that loop, then you can use the break keyword. So I generate a range of 10 numbers. Okay, so if we don't provide the starting number, it's going to start from 0 and 9. Okay, so if say I'll just comment out this loop part. So it generated a 0 to 9. Okay, if I is 3, I want to break it up. So the loop will stop whenever the integer it sees the I value as 3. Okay, the break, the thing you need to understand is break will stop uh, the loop execution whenever it sees the break statement. Whenever the control comes to the break statement, it is going to stop the loop. It will not proceed the loop. The continue statement used, it will just break only the particular iteration. Okay, so example, I just generate a range 1 to 5. Okay, so for 1 to 5, so it's going to generate 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. Okay, so what I am doing is, if I'm just checking whether the number is even or odd. Okay, so if the number is or to check a number is even or odd, you can just do mod of 2. If the remainder is 0, then it is an even number. Okay. Okay. So if the number is a even number, I'll just continue the I have a second part of the code. Okay, so basically this is the you can think of as this is a loop, and this is the one block of code, and there is another set of block of code here. Okay, so if this condition satisfies, so if it is an even number, it will go on, it will go to the second part. If the number is an odd number, I just want to break it. So if I use the break keyword, it will just stop the entire loop. But I don't want to do that. So if you just want to break the current loop execution, then you can use the continue. So whenever the even odd number comes, you will see only this part of code got means executed. Okay, so even this will not come. Let me run and show you so that for better understanding. Okay, one is basically a odd number, so it's actually stopped. You see the first part of loop starts here, okay, and then you don't see it anything because I think I should have. Yes. So for odd number, it is keeping the current execution. Okay. Keeping the current execution and it stops here. Okay. For even number, you see that second part of the code is also executing, which is allow Python and continue statement, other things. So the things you need to understand is basically continue is will just break the current loop execution, not the entire loop. Okay. And there is another keyword called pass, which is used to, it just kind of it does nothing. Okay, so pass it just continues with the other statement. Okay. So when the pass is used, pass generally used for whenever you don't have some, you plant some uh, block of code or particular logic, and you are not actually implemented fully, right? You want to uh, just you are kept for some to do kind of things. So you can use a pass keyword so that it will not throw any error. So basically, see here there is a okay. So let me show you. So I have number 10, and I'm comparing it, and it just says uh, the number is the allow 10. Okay. Say example, I not planned anything for this loop. Okay, so if I just put if number is 10, I don't do anything, it's going to throw me error, syntax error, right? So it's going to throw me error. So for that, instead of that, you just use a pass keyword. So we'll write code later. So if you just think you want to implement later this if loop, and you just have the pass. So it will does nothing. It will not throw any error. It just print this. So you can use for some kind of unimplemented code. You can pass keywords. Pass does nothing. It just continues. Okay, so these are the three conditional statements in Python. Okay, so this is another example for break and continue. Okay, so functions we will start from tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see functions. There are built-in functions. You can create user-defined functions, and how do you get a user input? Okay, and file handling and object-oriented programming. and and we'll see exception handling and module packages tomorrow. All right. Okay. Any other question you have?
Now we are good.
Okay. All right. If you don't have any question, fine. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you so much.